Hello everyone, welcome to the 10 to 1, your high-speed daily update where I'm reeling in all things fishing in 10 minutes or less right here in one spot. Again, I am your host, Mike Anderson. Today is Monday, February 7th, and I am so excited to be starting off another new week with all of you here. Since it's only our second week together with the new 10 to 1 show, I want to kind of remind everyone on what to expect from this format. The 10 to 1 show is going to be aired every Monday through Friday on the Topwater Series outlets. I will be sharing a new daily update segment where we'll be focusing on the ever-growing kayak fishing community, tournaments, news, updates, kind of you name it. The goal here is to have some fun with this, kind of develop it over time, cover a ton of random topics, but just keep everyone informed of news and updates from across the nation as it relates to this sport of kayak fishing. So today I want to kick things off by taking a peek at what went down in Alba, Texas over the weekend on Lake Fork as the Bassmaster Kayak Series kicked off their season, debuting on Lake Fork in Alba, Texas for a Saturday-Sunday 2-day competition. Now, right out of the gate, when I think Texas fishing, I am not thinking of ice, frozen lakes, temperatures in the 30s. That's not really my mindset when I think of heading down to Texas to do some kayak fishing. But unfortunately, that's what the anglers had to deal with at the beginning of the week. Weather temps really kind of set in and set down on them, let's say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, where that cold swing came in. It sent temperatures plummeting from the 60s down to the 30s and even down into the high teens overnight, causing things to change up a little bit on how they were fishing, what they were fishing, and where they were fishing. So it was pretty interesting to see how that cold swing played out over the course of the weekend. I think it really did show on the day one leaderboard and the day two leaderboard, seeing the diversity of how anglers were able to make moves on day two with really subpar day ones. So let's get into that. On day one, Garrett Morgan of Conway, Arkansas, led the field of the Yamaha Right Waters Bassmaster Kayak Series on Lake Fork with a 5 bass total of 102.5 inches. 102.5 inches day one, a fantastic start for Garrett Morgan. He was fishing out of his Old Town PDL kayak where he was able to catch 8 fish, his top 5 measuring 22, a 21 3/4, 20, 19.5, and a 19.25. 5 solid keepers there to get that 102.5. So congrats to Garrett on a good day one. Right behind him, Ronaldo Nandon of San Antonio, Texas, posted up a 99.5, a really solid day one score. But what I was so impressed with was what he anchored that 99.5 with, and that was a 24.5-inch bass. A 24.5-inch bass. You heard me right. Anchoring his best 5 to get that 99.5, excuse me. And in third place on day one was Chris Longshore of Hastings, Nebraska, who threw up a 97 total on day one. All in all, 150 anglers on day one caught and released about 196 bass. So everybody was kind of mixed into the action on Saturday, day one. Day two on Lake Fork, I feel like had some anglers scratching their heads on what to do or maybe where to move, looking at it from a distance, while others took full advantage of a whole new day. Now, your day one leader, Garrett Morgan, held true, posted up another fantastic total, locking him down as your Lake Fork champion. Congratulations, Garrett Morgan, on a job well done. Garrett added an additional 99.25 to his day two, which he already had that impressive 102.5 day one for an event total of 201 3/4. The only angler to break the 200 plus club on the weekend. A huge congratulations to my Old Town teammate Garrett Morgan on a fantastic job well done, sir. Now, the top 10 did see some shakeups where a few anglers had a subpar day one that was able to jump back in and crack that top 10 final standings. I'll throw up a little image of the final standings for day two yesterday, where you can see Garrett stayed true, stayed at top, but Chris Longshore was able to jump up there, posting up 100 inches on top of his 97 day one for a total of 197. James Bush from Virginia able to jump up to the number 3 spot with a solid 89 3/4 day 2 to get him 183 on the weekend. And Rolando Nandon, like I said, had a fantastic day 1, was in 2nd place, ended up dropping down to the 4th position with a 64.5 day 2 to get him that 164 even. So an impressive start to the bass kayak season down on Lake Fork. 150 anglers going out there. A lot of high numbers posted up, dealing with some, cranky weather, cold weather sitting in on them. But all in all, impressive weekend, everybody. And again, congratulations, Garrett. Now, I want to switch gears real quick, finish up where we left off with KBF last week, and talk about how the 10 played out this past Monday, Tuesday. So down in Kissimmee, Florida, day 1 of the KBF 10 saw Cody Henley finishing as the day 1 leader at 1st place overall. Indiana's Mike Lisa finished 2nd place, while the 2021 KBF Rookie of the Year, Mr. Brandon Bissell, held on to that 3rd spot. Old Town teammate Jimmy McClurkin finished 4th overall on day 1, only 6 1/4 inches behind the overall leader. So all of those top 4 within 6 inches of each other. That's a tight race. Now, day 1 also should be noted, featured an amazing act of integrity, sportsmanship. Angler Jody Queen. If you're in the kayak fishing world, you've heard the name Jody Queen. He's a past 10 winner. Now, Jody had to get off the water. He ran back to his truck to get some additional clothes due to the coldness down there. And as he got redressed, added some new layers on, when he returned back to fishing, he realized that he had left his PFD in his truck. He left his PFD in his truck. Now, then he went and did something that really sets a high standard of integrity when it comes to these anglers. Knowing that he had already returned to fishing without that PFD, Jody actually got off the water. He called the tournament director and disqualified himself from the competition. An amazing stand-up move by one of the country's finest. And to be able to see that honor system take place like this on one of the bigger stages of the kayak fishing world, that being the 10 tournament, hats off to you, Jody. Job well done, sir. Something we can all learn and take away from that. Now, fast forward to the day 2 final standings. They saw a little movement in the top 5, especially the top 10, with McClurkin jumping up into 2nd place, Josh Stewart moving up into the 3rd place, and Michigan native Brandon Bissell holding true to the top 5 by taking home that 4th spot in the top half of that field. But as your day 1 leader, Cody Henley, finish it off with a stellar week in Florida and capturing that DZ KBF the 10 title with his 2-day total of 180.5 inches. Now, for a more in-depth look, you can take a look at the KBF standings. You can go to Fishing Chaos and check that out, or jump over to the kayakbassfishing.com website and read that article. But to Cody Henley, KBF, the 10, and all those anglers that went down and participated in that long week festival that they had in Kissimmee, hats off to you guys. Way to kick off that season. And again, hats off to Garrett Morgan capturing the first bass event title this year. That's it, folks. That's your 10-to-1 update today. Again, tune in tomorrow as we take a look at a pretty standard fishing-related item that's a must-have on your kayak. Stay safe. Tight lines, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.